The new E, the new attitude, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong has decreed that the next Prime Minister must still face a confidence vote in the Dewan Rakyat as soon as possible to confirm the newly elected command's majority support. The statement from Istana Negara came hours prior to a 4 p.m. deadline for members of Parliament to submit their statutory declarations to prove their backing for their respective Prime Minister candidates. According to this statement, these are meant to help the King appoint a lawmaker, which in his view may garner the majority support of MPs as stipulated under Section 43, subsection 2, paragraph A of the Federal Constitution. Sri Paduka Baginda will then hold a discussion with the Malay rulers in a special meeting this Friday. In today's statement, the King also reminded politicians from both sides of the divide to be prepared to collaborate with each other regardless of the outcome so that winners don't win all and losers don't lose all. According to media reports, Barisan Nasional MPs have settled on UMNO Vice President Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob as the coalition's nominee, while the Star has it that the opposition is backing PKR President Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim. Sime Darby Plantation, or SDP, is expecting a promising financial performance in FY21, as it reports a 63.2% jump in second quarter earnings, boosted by higher prices of crude palm oil, or CPO. Its latest quarterly net profit came in at 617 million ringgit, while revenue grew 37.2% to 4.41 billion ringgit. The Plantation Group declared an interim dividend of 7.9 cents per share for the second quarter, versus 4.02 cents previously. SDP's CPO price realised was 3,623 ringgit per metric ton in the second quarter, 54% higher than 2,361 per metric ton in the previous year. SDP's realised price for CPO in the first half of FY21 was also higher, at 3,422 ringgit per metric ton against 2,475 ringgit per metric ton in the first half of FY20. For the cumulative 6 months, SDP's net profit grew 39.4% to 1.18 billion ringgit, while revenue rose 29% to 8.08 billion ringgit. SDP Group Managing Director Muhammad Helmi Othman Basha says the group has performed well despite the challenges it is facing in the current environment. SDP's share price rose 2.9% to 3 ringgit 85 for a market capitalisation of 26.4 billion ringgit. SP Satya booked a net profit of 74.81 million ringgit in the second quarter of FY21 versus a net loss of 134.34 million ringgit last year. Earnings were supported by a profitable property division and absence of impairment of completed inventories. The developer said the improved performance was driven by better progress in terms of revenue recognition following the recovery of construction progress. Quarterly revenue more than tripled to 1.08 billion ringgit. The latest results helped SP Satya book a net profit of 150.04 million ringgit for the first half of FY21, a major improvement from the net loss of 110.25 million ringgit in the first half of FY20. This as the property development segment stayed in the black, with profit before tax of 322 million ringgit. Top line, meanwhile, more than doubled to 2.14 billion ringgit, with sales coming in at 2.71 billion ringgit. On prospects, SP Satya said it plans to launch properties worth a combined 2.47 billion ringgit in GDV in the second half of this year. It remains positive, citing strong pent-up demand for homes. Shares of SP Satya traded unchanged at 1 ringgit 9 cent, valuing the group at 4.43 billion ringgit. AirAsia Group says its logistics outfit Teleport is acquiring a 100% stake in Delivereat for $9.8 million or 41.52 million ringgit in both cash and Teleport shares as part of its expansion in the online food delivery space. The acquisition will see Delivereat come under Teleport's umbrella by the end of September. As part of the deal, Delivereat founders Leong Shemin and Tan Suan Se will join the management team at Teleport and AirAsia Digital, while Teleport will welcome on board venture capital firm Gobi Partners, which invested in the startup in 2017. The deal values Teleport at $300 million or 1.27 billion ringgit. Delivereat is an e-commerce platform that allows customers to combine multiple orders within the same delivery. Established in 2012, it has grown to cover its hometown Penang and the Klang Valley, with over 1 million orders to date across over 4,000 merchants and 4,000 registered delivery partners. At the close, shares of AirAsia fell 2.94% to 82.5 cents, valuing the aviation group at 3.22 billion ringgit. Miyaza Global says aircraft manufacturer Airbus is building the Miyaza 3D satellite for about 1.2 billion ringgit to replace the existing Miyaza 3 satellite, which will be retired after an anomaly on June 21st. Its corporate communications manager, Shauna Felicia, confirmed this with theedgemarkets.com today. Earlier this month, Miyaza Global said it would deorbit the Boeing 601 satellite, launched in December 2006, after the anomaly resulted in a complete outage of service. It said the matter was still under investigation in partnership with Boeing Satellite Systems, and that despite maintaining continuous telemetry and command control of Miyaza 3, further testing and recovery efforts found that the satellite could not re-enter service. Miyaza 3 was equipped with transponders that covered Asia, Eastern Europe, the Middle East and Africa. The company is currently finalizing the launch date of the replacement satellite for early 2022. This program was brought to you by Mercedes-Benz.